Alright, and we are live. Hi everyone, welcome to my stream. We're gonna play more Bendy in the Dark Revival. Gonna see how close to the end we can get here. Hopefully this time I don't scream too much. I love the little Bendy head. That's the loading screen. Alright. Uh-oh. What the fuck is that? Your mom. Your dad.
My name is Audrey. I'm not here to cause you any trouble. Look, I just want to go home. Please, can you help me? I'm sure we can reach an agreement. Let's just talk. Who are you?
Eternal? Sure you do. Uh-huh. I still don't quite understand the whole machine must endure thingy.
Who made you?
Do you need a
Can you take me to him?
water?
You wanted me to find
Something for
him.
your throat, maybe? Some cold medicine?
Please let me see him.
Uh-oh.
Wait! Stop! Come back!
Oh, jeez, they're trying to murder me now. What the fuck? Oh, that's not good. Oh, ooh. Jesus Christ, it's ugly. What the fuck is with his legs? or lack thereof. I have no clue how picky this thing's eyesight is. Should we find out? Perhaps we should. I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna crouch. I don't know where I'm going, but I can tell you that I'm going there. Oh. That is definitely what I needed. Batteries. Should I have gone over there? Cabinet ink delivery. What the fuck? So that's what those are. Okay. Oh, geez, these things are ugly. But fucking ugly. But really fucking cool. What's this? Oh. Interesting. You know, Wilson seems to want a lot of things, but that doesn't mean Wilson needs to get what he wants. There he is. Whatever these things are, they seem to not have very good hearing or eyesight. All in all, seems very flawed. Whew. So it saw me. Alright, so it does have eyesight. Good to know! I couldn't tell, because it was like never seeing me. This isn't ominous at all. Motorcycle breakers. Oh, time to find out, I guess.
That's where the ghosts live. Just beyond that door.
Oh shit, where the fuck
The
did you come from?
keeper's prison. The pit. No one ever comes out. At least, they're never quite the same. But I could open the door for you. I do know how. I really do.
Thank you. That would...
But first, maybe play a game? Oh, I love to play games. I like hide and seek best.
Oh,
Find me, and I'll open the door for you. I promise. Look away while I hide, and no peeking.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so we've got to find this ink demon thingy, or this ink person monster thingy that's hiding. Great. Um. Dude, you fugly. Shit. What? Fuck? That hurt. Mm. Okay. Mm. Yeah, we gotta wait for him to pass. What? I got it. Yay. Who would have ever dreamed? In the declining years of my life, I have someone more precious to me than any piece of art I could make. For all the evil that's come from me, something finally good. When she laughs and smiles, it fills my heart so much it overflows. We play and talk as we both learn from each other. There's not much time, so every moment has to count. Unlike my versions that came before her, the ones who called me their uncle, I'm proud to have her call me dad, because she is truly my daughter. Yo, damn, that kind of fucked up. Was that letter always there? her giggles. I broke the game. Man, that really sucks, my guy. Okay, that time we didn't break the game. Great, perfect. Falling through walls really sucks. Where's she at? Oh. Oh.
Oh, you did it! You found me! Oh, this is so exciting! You were brilliant!
Now, can you open that door for me?
Oh, yes, the door. I think you'll find it's open now. Oh, and also, let me give you something. Something special.
I do like special.
Small reminder of our game together.
Oh. Where is it taking me? I feel like I should have gone to this. But maybe this will take me to the door. Probably not. Oh, what? Wait, does it take me back if I interact with it? Oh. Wow. Wow.
Really?
Fucking hit that ghost. What?
Excuse me. Sir? Can you help me?
You must be really lost to be asking me for help.
I'm just looking for
Very
answers.
lost.
About the keepers, Wilson, the cycle. Anything could help.
What's your name?
Audrey. What's yours?
Honestly, I've almost forgotten. My name is Henry.
Oh!
Have you been a prisoner long?
The keepers think you're a threat to their plans and lock you away. Forever. Still, it's given me time to think. Things like, if you haven't eaten in years, you might not be human.
Why would you be a threat to them?
I'm what they call a cycle breaker. Once upon a time, I knew how to start the cycle over. And when that happens, everything begins again. Completely new. Obviously, Wilson and the Keepers don't want that to happen.
How did you do it?
Reset the cycle? Turns out the Ink Demon himself is the key. This world is his, but even he must obey its rules. For now, at least. If you can get him to look at something very specific, it will reset everything.
What is it?
It's just a reel of film, labeled with the words, "The End." I can see it in my mind every day. They keep it upstairs in the pit.
I'll see if I can break in and steal it. Maybe, if I reset the cycle, we could make things better for everyone here.
And what about you?
I just want to go home.
So did I. Good luck, Audrey. If you need me again, you know where to find me.
That screaming didn't sound too good. What does this go to? Oh. Well. Hi. I don't know what you are, but I saw you. Where? Fuck. Kill me. What? There it is. Really took y'all sweet time that time, huh? Blah, blah, blah. Load game. Even any hiding spots in here? Oh, you can dodge her. How did I not think of that? Well, that's a hiding spot. might have been useful to pay attention to my surroundings. But that's just a thought. There's always hope. You say that. But is there really? Uh-oh. Shit, we've been taken. Why did we just stand there? Should have, I don't know, ran? Something? Anything?
From the hollow dawn, from the wretched abyss, a savior comes at last.
Wilson?
Oh, God.
Rest yourself, Audrey. You're still weak. The Keepers can be relentless to strangers. But there's nothing to fear as long as I'm with you. You're safe now.
You did this to me. You brought me here. Turned me into this thing. This doesn't make sense. I've never done anything to you.
Open your eyes and look around you. None of this makes sense. Drawn walls, nightmarish creatures.
Fair.
An ancient studio that died out almost 30 years ago. It's all fiction. Utter nonsense.
He does look a fair
And
point.
yet, in here, it exists. It breathes. It flourishes. Reality, guided by its master's pen. The foundation for a new reality. We can bleed into our own. Just think of it. Anything we create in here, we can release out there. But first, this world must be controlled. Made safe. These things, these angels and demons, are they really life? Or are they just...
Hey, that was rude.
old mistakes ready to be cleansed away for newer,
Ew.
greater things?
What do you want from me?
I need your help
Oh,
to save my father's life.
What?
This is our start. We'll talk more once we're safely inside.
is that my pipe?
Stay close. This place isn't as safe as it once was.
Where'd he go? Old Track 77 is a quiet place these days. Ever since that terrible crash a few years back, people don't like to hang around. Too many strange things keep happening on this platform. Last week, one of the railmen told me they had reports of some train going through that wasn't on the schedule. There were figures standing in the car, staring through the but it never stopped to let one off. Just kept going straight through. Some say it was the Silver Lane Express, the train that Kitty Thompson, property of the Jinx. Love that he told me to stay close and I just entirely took off on my own. Telling me what to do. Can I escape by?
The demon's evil continues to spread. This world has begun to shudder.
Be quiet.
What did you say?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Almost there.
That's
Just
great.
a quick stop. Won't take but a moment.
You know, I know the Ink Demon is supposed to be bad and all.
Subject will stand in the designated location.
Can I search first? Hi. I don't know if I like this.
Lethal object detected. The subject will submit all weapons for further screening. Disarm now.
But I don't wanna.
Remain still for examination. The subject is cleared for entry.
Okay, please stop groaning in my ear though. Trying to think I like the Ink Demon more.
Welcome to the civilized world. How do you like my signal towers? They nullify the Ink Demon's powers so he cannot pass them. I wish I could say I invented them, but it seems our friends at the Gent Corporation had a demon problem of their own long ago.
It's a pretty lady! Does she look sad?
And now, my dear, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to prepare.
I don't
We'll
trust
talk
you.
later, I promise. Besides, you must be very tired. A quick rest will do you good. Betty will show you to your room. She's my housekeeper, among other things.
You never actually killed the Ink Demon, did you?
No, he's too powerful to destroy. So we sealed him away, trapped him in a different form. One that was smaller, harmless.
Bendy.
It was a fitting prison, although he seems to have found a way to free himself. But enough talk. We'll deal with that soon enough.
There's some nice fresh blankets all laid out for you. You'll be dreaming in no time.
Wait, Wilson? One more thing. If you needed my help, why didn't you just ask?
Would you have believed me?
Baby.
Come along, and no more dawdling. This way now.
Okay. I'm going to wake up to this world in some crazy shape, ain't I?
Oh, you're here at last. It's so exciting finally having you with us. Now, to give you some bearings, we're currently standing in the south wing. Wilson's laboratory is downstairs, and then there's the north wing.
What about the North Wing?
The ink demon got in there a while ago, and ever since, we've had to keep the north wing locked up tight. I'm afraid it's fallen into ruins by now. All those juicy, lovely books gone to waste. Only keepers go there these days, and they'll tear you apart limb from limb if Wilson isn't with you. So, mind your distance, and you'll be just fine.
Okay. Who are you? Are you okay? Is he keeping you captive?
It's not very often I have guests to look after, especially one I can actually talk to. Almost everyone here either can't speak or they're completely mad. All right, here we are. Best room in the house. You should see where I sleep. Ugh. But this room, oh, just perfect. I saw to every detail. Bed is clean. The bathroom is on the left. Sorry about the stains. I did try my best to get them out. Did you have any questions?
Is it always night here?
It's always dark, if that's what you mean. For as long as I can remember.
Are you very old?
No. As far as I understand it, I'm something quite new. Although, I didn't turn out the way I was supposed to. One in a long line of failed experiments. But Wilson will keep trying.
And do you trust Wilson?
This is the realm of the ink demon. The shadow hangs over us all. I don't trust anyone. But Wilson takes care of me, keeps me safe. He once said I remind him of something he called his mother. Tell me, is that a good thing, where you two are from?
I'm not sure. I don't think I ever had one.
Well, no matter. Now, I was told to make sure you get some sleep once you got here. So get nice and comfy and relax. I left something on the table that might just help you nod off. It's my own recipe. Works very fast. Just follow the instructions. Carefully.
Thanks, Betty.
Of course. If you need anything else, I'll come straight away. I'm always up.
Gilson. What's a Gilson?
What is a Gilson? Oh shit. The Mug and the Mug and the Maiden, Volume 1 by Sir Wilton Moore. Chapter 1. The Dangerous Forest. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a mug of cheese. But it was not an ordinary mug of cheese as you would find in any home or kitchen of the age. No, this mug of cheese was a distant descendant of one of the three grand flagon kings, the same kings who had charged on horseback to defend their capital city during the unforgettable conquest of the previous century. To which of these flagon kings he hailed from, the mug was unsure, but still, there was honor and courage in his heart. His family line, herald of deeds long past that had forever changed the course of stoop history. Did he have a name? Of course! All mugs of cheese have names. This is common knowledge, just as every fruit bat is really named Stanley. The mug of cheese was named Rictor the Cracked. What a name! I can hear you say. Cracked indeed, this mug of cheese bears no damage that I can see. Fall silent, small minded bass. For therein lies our intriguing story. Let's begin at the beginning. It was a hot, winter day in the forest. One of those days where everything is dull brown. The lake was still, the birds had shut up, and the trees were but sticks in the overcast sky, save for a lone pine that skimmed the clouds above like a painter's brush. It was on this day that Mr. Mouse was in a hurry. He had just been named as Vermin of the Year by the society brethren that lived under the old church, and it was customary for the honoree to bring fine port wine and cheese to the ceremony. There were only hours to locate some of the precious cuisine. Fortunately, Mr. Mouse knew exactly where to find it, the dark cellar below the governor's castle. But unfortunately, as he approached the loose plank of wood in the old wall, he failed to realize that the heavy rains that had come during the night had passed moisture into the plank, making it far heavier than usual. Thus, when he pushed the plank with all his might, it lifted just enough to push his body only halfway through. But his strength just couldn't contend with the weight of the plank, and his arm failed. The plank snapped back down, crushing him flat. After all, this story is not about Mr. Mouse. Or had you forgotten the mug of cheese already? I can see how you might connect the two. Mr. Mouse was, after all, looking for cheese, and we were talking about a mug of cheese just before. Sadly, I must inform you that there is no relation between Richter the Cracked and the rodent who is now nothing more but smushed guts inside the wall. Except that there is, for it was the death of Mr. Mouse that started all the trouble. You see, when things die, they tend to smell, and that's just what Mr. Mouse did. But that's not all. His body, pinned between the outside and inside of the wood wall, had made a perfect passage for the hot winter wind. The wind therefore carried the stench of his decaying mouse carcass deeper into the governor's home. Like a snaking, twisting wisp of terror, the smell settled into a little tavern near the courtyard of the castle. Here, soldiers would spend many long hours when there was no bloodlust to soothe with battle. Strong ales and red meats filled the menu from back to front at this rustic medieval greasy spoon. Mostly the customers came to look upon the barmaiden, Maxine, who was actually named Rita. Rita was by far the best looking creature in all the governor's country. There was a beautiful dear woman just over the hill, but no one knew that. By day, Rita scrubbed her tavern so clean you could eat off of it, which was fortunate as it was a place you indeed would be eating, since it was a tavern. By night, she served her customers with charm, grace, but mostly with drinks. Did I mention Rita was married? Well, I am mentioning it now. Rita was married. Her husband's name was James. He didn't do much until he died. The smell of Mr. Mouse knocked him flat, and that, my friends, was that. Oh dear, this story has barely begun and we've already killed two major characters. Needless to say, Rita was deeply distressed by the whole thing. But 20 or so minutes later, she realized she couldn't mourn forever and went to buy some cheese. Ah, yes, don't worry, dear reader. The mention of cheese will probably guide us to our focal hero of the tale. Also, this is a good time to start a new chapter. Chapter 2, a new chapter. Rita entered the cheese shop with her guns blazing. I am speaking metaphorically, of course. By which I mean she entered the cheese shop quite determined to buy some cheese. This was because, just the night before, as her husband, James, was taking note of a weird smell in the room, she had invented a delicious new concoction, a cheddar cider. It was sure to be a hit with her patrons. After all, the county only had two exports, cheese and grapes. She couldn't possibly make a drink from a grape. But back to the cheese shop scene. Rita knocked on the counter loudly with her fist, causing the nearby cat to do absolutely nothing, as cats do. From behind the wall, she heard a stir as someone was crashing through piles of cheese to make their way toward her. Emerging gloriously from the torn yellow curtains, an old man came into view. He was a giant in a statue with a long, long gray beard. Bobbing along and stuck within his beard were all manner of cheese crumbs and wedges, wrapped tightly within his hairs. But yet he held even more cheeses on ropes pulled across his chest, with loops of provolone linked like sausages over one shoulder. His eyes were big, and his ears were bigger still. A smile of kindness erupted from his face as he locked eyes with Rita. My, the Kurds are kind to me this hour. Hello and welcome, he bellowed. Rita bowed low and promptly began to cry. The shop owner looked at her, perplexed. What did I say wrong? The bald maiden sniffed and snooted and finally answered, Forgive me, for my husband has just died and I'm out of Swiss. I'm going to pause now in the story to ask myself why Mr. Dobblemouse went to the cellar in the governor's house for cheese if there was a cheese shop nearby. I think it's best that we overlook this glaring problem in the plot, don't you? Now back to the story at hand. Rita purchased a large amount of cheese from the shop owner. She bought cheese wheels and cheese melts and cheese slices. She bought cheese whistles and cheese bread. She bought cheese paper and cheese sandwiches. She bought so much cheese, in fact, that she had lost track of all she had obtained, and just dumped all the fromage into a large burlap sack for the return journey to the tavern. Goodbye, Rita, the shop owner called as he waved farewell. Goodbye, Daniel, she called back. His name was Murray, by the way. Overburdened by her treasures, Rita made her way home, following the main road to the castle. But, as it always happens, the road was now under repair. A man with a skinny mule was plowing up the dirt so that he could put down new cobblestone. Four of his associates were standing by, watching him. The job would only take a few years to finish, but Rita was in a hurry, so she followed the detour sign that told her to take a different road to her left. Hi, I'm reading lore from this.
My headphones just broke.
Like just now?
Yeah, I lifted them to put on my head and they snapped.
Damn, girl. You want to help me
It
read
makes
this?
sense. I'm trip planning.
Damn,
Sorry.
it's okay. I have to finish reading this though for the stream.
Oh, you're streaming right now?
Yes, I am streaming right now.
Hi, stream.
I hope you are okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, back to the story. You get to listen to it while you're trip planning. The job would only take a few years to finish, but Rita was in a hurry.
I can't believe these fucking headphones snapped. What the hell?
So she followed the detour sign that told her to take a different road to her left. Unfortunately, no one could read in the governor's county, so she went right instead. This mishap took her deep into the forest, where absolutely nothing of interest happened. Except something of interest did happen. As she trotted through the forest, her sack of cheese weighing her down, muttering complaints all the way, little did she know that danger lay just ahead. This danger was cunning and dangerous, and had one of those out of place eyebrow hairs that drives you nuts when you're talking to someone who has one.
Oh, father.
This danger we will call Bernard, the big ugly lizard man who wears a blue cloak. Bernard didn't often have visitors in his house. This was because he lived outside. Also, he was rather fond of human flesh, which made him very unpopular. So, obviously, you can see the drama unfolding here. The beautiful but tired Rita.
I didn't pull them. I just grabbed them.
Okay, where was I?
Um,
The beautiful but tired Rita huffing and puffing up the winding path as she approaches a certain dune. Bernard watching from behind a nearby tree, licking his lips. Oh, the tension is tense, is it not? At this point in time, we must pause again to ponder all the possibilities that can happen in our story. Two characters have died already. Surely a third wouldn't hurt anything. Are you, perhaps, just reading the story because you want to see who will get the axe next? You are a little warped. Do you know that? Well then, let's see what happened next. Bernard stepped from behind his hiding place, his eyebrow hair gleaming in the fading sun. Dear madam, why must you pass through so fast? He called with his eyes glimmering. I must get home, Bernard, because for one, it's getting late and I have customers to serve, and second, because you eat people, Rita replied. Poppycock! Balderdash! Cod swallop!
Your small child
I
self.
won't hear these lies against my character, he detested, for I, Bernard, the big ugly lizard man who wears a blue cloak, have completely reformed myself. Rita squinted suspiciously at him. You have? Bernard put a hand on his heart. I have.
I mean,
I no longer prowl or pounce.
like
I won't
this one.
attack or bounce. I will not kill or maim or tear. I won't crush or even bite you anywhere. I promise I won't devour anymore. My gosh, you've become a bore. If you aren't going to be the danger in the story, then I've come all this way with 100 pounds of cheese for nothing, Rita grumbled. She boasted her sack further up her shoulders and turned with an angry grunt, but Bernard waved her after her in a panic. Wait! It's all a ruse! I intended to eat you, dear woman! I swear it! He cried. It's all a trick, you see. A new angle. It worked on some guy yesterday. Oh, please stay! Rita sighed, her strength just about gone from the long adventure she had taken since she left home that morning. She turned back to face Bernard. All right, she said, but your part in the story better lead to an unexpected turn of events. Oh, it will! Bernard clapped and waggled his clawed finger to motion her to draw nearer. Just wait until the next chapter. God damn, how much is there? Okay, we're almost done. Chapter 3. The next chapter. All looked quite dire for Rita. Bernard had her within his grasp. Surely it would just be mere moments before his jaw collapsed upon her head. Oh, what a horrible end for Rita. Needless to
My
say, I am
father's
worried for
bringing me
her.
new headphones.
Ooh. Girl, I have read like 4 pages already.
Do you want a break? I can read if you want.
Do you want to? Because I know you're trip planning.
Sure.
Okay, here, you can read chapter 3. Let me
I
stream
don't
it
see.
to Discord.
Okay.
I got it. I'm getting it for you. Here we are. Can you see?
Hold on. I have to press the watch stream button. I can see. I
Yeah, it's
can.
very long.
Hold on. I need my glasses for that.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
I could not hear you. Sorry. What?
I said that's what I'm saying. I need to pack up my
Okay. Can I? Am I heard?
Yes, you are heard.
Okay. All looked quite dire for Rita. Bernard had her within his grasp. Surely it would just be mere moments before his jaws collapsed upon her head. Oh, what a horrible end for Rita. Needless to say, I am worried for her. Does this person like Rita or no?
I don't know, because this is the narrator, and he's already killed 3 people.
I see. But, as luck would have it, miles and miles away, 20 years earlier, something amazing happened. 2 months of cheese, a Gouda, and mozzarella welcomed their first son into the world. I don't think I need to tell you his name. It was Dave. No one liked Dave. After that,
What happened? Oh,
after that, their second son came forth, Richter the Cracked, just called Richter at that time. Richter spent his early life stealing cowbells and putting them on skunks. This way, people always knew when danger was nearby. Needless to say, Richter was one smart mug of cheese. But all could not remain perfect forever, and suddenly, great skunk famine began. Richter found his world in array and he saw a new purpose. Fortunately, there was an opening in the governor's county for an adventurer of the time, and since he was a descendant of the 3 Grand Flagon Kings, he was boosted to the head of the line, because, as we all are quite aware, even in olden times, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Thus, the adventures of Richter began. He braved deep dungeons, he slayed the great beasts, he climbed the highest mountain peaks. He sailed around the world despite the fact that he didn't own a boat. Richter was truly the stuff of legend. But did I mention the curse? Yes, fair readers, there is a curse. A fiendish and terrible curse. One morning, while Richter was in the governor's county, he came upon a witch named Witch. This witch had just pulled a pound cake from her oven, where she then proceeded to start ingesting it, right there on the front walk of her home. At once, Richter knew this creature was pure evil, eating cake this early in the morning, and without ice cream. This was truly a fiend that needed to be vanquished. This print is so fucking tiny,
Yeah, I know. Fuck. It's okay. We were on chapter 3. There it is.
and I can't zoom in anymore. Hold on.
I'm trying to figure out where
I can't
my
zoom in.
little carrying case, my switch went while you're reading this.
What did you say? See. Okay. Richter jumped her fence and pulled his sword. Would you like some pound cake? The witch offered. It looked quite delicious. Richter would not let himself be seduced into early morning cake, so he approached closer with his weapon at her throat. The witch began to sweat, with a mouthful of crumbs. I also make a mean scone if you want to wait. Now no gentleman, or gentle mug, could refuse a good scone, so Richter withdrew his sword and patiently waited for the witch to create these new buttery pastries. But what he didn't know was that the witch accidentally had bumped her table and had added within the mixture a vial of cursed liquid. See, I told you there was a curse. You were fair warned. The moment Richter ate of the scones, he fell into a deep sleep. The witch, baffled, finished her cake and proceeded to get a civil service job in a nearby town. As the years rolled by, all that remained of the witch's house was carried off by elves and her garden became overgrown. This left only Richter asleep in the forest, with no end to his dreaming in sight. But the story, thankfully, does not end here. For, as luck would have it, a giant man covered in cheese, with big eyes and big ears, wandered past the sleeping mug. In case you've forgotten, this was the cheese shop owner, Murray, sometimes called Bill. Unable to resist cheese of any kind, even a mug of the stuff, Murray took Richter to his shop and set him on a shelf. Here, Richter sat for many years until this very fateful day. You see, in Rita's haste to gather up all the cheese she had purchased, she had swept a few things that did not belong to her into the sack as well. These items included the cat on the counter, a personalized pen, Murray's cash box, I think she'll be hearing about this one eventually, and last but not least, Richter himself, still deeply asleep. So now that our two stories have come together, let's discover what happened next to Rita and Richter in the climax chapter. Okay, your turn.
Fuck. Alrighty. Ready?
Yes.
Hang on a second. I am going to be ending the stream after we're done reading this, so that I can
Okay.
look for my thing. It was the same hot winter day in the forest, and Stubble Mouse was finally starting to
Hey,
get
Luna.
concerned. Just down the road, Rita was being drawn toward an almost certainly bloody and horrific end to her life. Bernard was just moments from taking her within his lizard jaws and mere hours from trimming his eyebrows. Rita stood her ground. She was no damsel in distress, but simply a person who was pretty darn tired by this point. She pulled the burlap sack of cheese from her body and swung it hard with every last bit of strength she had left in her. An ear-shattering crack broke through the silent tree. The bag made contact with Bernard's shocked face. His teeth flew in all directions, falling like pebbles to the ground. His eyeballs dislodged and rolled into a nearby stream. His jawbone turned completely around and planted itself in the back of his head. Bernard ran screaming into the woods, never to be seen again this week. His cries faded, and the forest once again fell soft and quiet. A cow walked by. Rita, still standing with her sack outstretched in her arms, stood wide-eyed at what had just happened. Surely no cheese in her bag was hard enough for that kind of impact. As she placed her burlap sack upon the dirt and peeled it open, she was amazed to find Richter, the mug of cheese, and looking quite dazed. He had awakened, and the curse was finally lifted. Somewhere behind a desk, the witch looked up and nodded with a smile. But, oh dear reader, look what was now upon his mugged body. A giant and elegant crack, the very mark of a warrior. His hero's journey was finally complete. Richter the Cracked had emerged. Yes, it is true that Richter really didn't do anything important in the attack on Bernard. Just by Richter being where he was at the perfect time, he had saved Rita. The fates were with them. Richter and Rita looked and laughed, and ate cheese until the sun went down. Finally, they packed up their picnic and headed back to the tavern where they were met with the cheers of excitement. This is mostly because the guys had found out that Rita was now single. Damn, I'm really liking this story.
This is a good whatever they call.
Look.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
No. What's it called? Pork crust? Pie crust? Whatever the hell you call it.
Pie crust?
No. You know those podcasts there.
Oh,
podcasts.
yes, podcast. I'm reading a story that's in Bendy.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was so
Dan.
I didn't mean to interrupt your stream.
Okay.
Because first of all, I'm touching grass. I'm leaving. I'm outside the house.
Okay. You know I'm about to end stream whenever I'm done reading this, right?
Okay, so I need to explain a little thing of my Starbucks.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I had a moment of white straightness. I know. I had a moment of fault. I gave in.
Uh-huh.
And I bought 2 drinks.
Uh-huh. Which drinks?
And so I got mango dragon fruit with nothing added. And then I got a strawberry frap.
Acai. Or the strawberry frap.
Yeah, strawberry frap.
Okay. Now to finish the last page of this. Are you ready to hear it?
No. Yes. So I'll explain a little more.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, hear it. I want to hear this. I want to hear this while I'm drinking 2 drinks.
As the night wore on into the early morning of the hours, the tavern remained alive and the castle courtyard was singing and dancing and chatter. Oh, what a celebration! But like all parties of such poor proportion, eventually everyone sobers up and you have to go home. Before long it was dawn. The sun began to rise steadily in the west, marking a fresh adventure on the horizon. A wind of a new direction began to blow with a more steady pace. It skidded across the ground and found its way between the floorboards of the governor's. Here, against all odds, it found the barely remaining body of Mr. Mouse. The wind carried the stench far beyond the borders of the castle, over the mountains and deep within a dark cave. What the heck is that smell? Said Evil, awakening with hellfire burning behind. Eventually news of this great evil spread from town to town until it reached the ears of Richter the Crack. He polished his sword and gathered some crumbs of bread to store in his mug, where in his best expression of courage, Richter once again set off to conquer the day. His story was not yet over. But for now, dear reader, we return to our own lives. Let's end this tale with one closing thought, shall we? Be we cracked or small or even dead, there's always a purpose to where we are all led. Brave and strong, and lest we forget, fate isn't quite done with any of the end.
Wow, so damn, I really can't speak no more.
Maybe I should start a podcast where I read.
That's very poetic. Yes, poetic.
Yes.
Whatever. Yes, your word. Drinking my drinks with that, pretty good. So I'm drinking my girly drinks while you're talking about death.
Yep.
So that's me for real.
I'm sitting on a toilet.
You're sitting on a toilet while playing Bendy?
Yep, that was it flushes too! I used the toilet! And she didn't flush.
Damn.
That's gross. Or she didn't wipe. She flushed. She didn't wipe.
Down. Well, this is yummy. I think what I need to do next time is customize it a little more.
The machine speaks to me, revealing its many possibilities. What I can accomplish using its power is beyond any measure. Life and death can become a thing of the past. Poverty and hunger, a distant memory.
I'm sorry.
I can
Hang on.
But can I
remake
stop
the
Hang
really
on.
out of
world
beat?
anew. But does the world deserve such a gift? For now, I have bigger matters at hand. A man in a black coat came asking at the front desk about the machine. Said he was from the Gent Corporation. Fortunately, the receptionist knew nothing, and he left quietly. Later, I found his name on the sign-in form. Mr. Alan Gray.
Okay, hang on. Let me save and stream. Alright, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and I will see
Damn,
you
that's
guys
crazy.
next time. Bye bye.
Damn, that's crazy. Damn, that's